Good morning, learners and all viewers. Welcome to today's mathematics lesson. My name is Enoch Asera, or you can call me Teacher Enoch. Today I wish to take you through commission, percentage commission, and any other problem related to it. This is a very, very important or key area in mathematics that is always said in KCPE. For instance, if you look at the last 10 years, this question has been set several times. I just check slide 1, slide 2 and 3. You can see slide 2 and 3, you can see how this question has been set in the last 10 years. So if you look at in 2019, slide 2, if you look at the last 10 years, in 2019, a question was set on commission. Again, in 2018, a question was also set about commission. 2017, 2016, 2015. In 2014, a question was not set on the same. And then 2014, the question was not set. And then we have 2013, 2012, 2010. So if you look at the last 10 years, questions on commission and percentage commission has always been set. Now, in 2019, the question was about total earning. Total earning, that is in 2019, that is last year. And then in 2018, the question was set again about total earning. Total earnings. Again, in 2016, the question was about sales or the total sales. In 2015, the question was about, again, sales or total sales. 2013, the question was about sales again. And then 2012, the question was about percentage commission. Percentage commission. Then in 2011, the question was set on total sales. Again, we have total sales. In 2010, the question was about total earnings. Total earnings. Total earnings. So looking at this breakdown, we can tell that this is one of the key areas as far as KCPE mathematics is concerned. Now, in 2019, the question was in number 38, and then 2018, it was number 19. So the number was 19 for those who might be asking themselves where these questions are. Then in 2016, it was number 27. Number 27. 2015, number 24. And then 2013, it was number 24 again. In 2012, the question was number 17. And then 2011, the question was number 43. Number 43. Then in 2010, it was number 34. So this is one of the key areas as far as mathematics in KCPE is concerned. So, having known that this is a very, very key area in mathematics, you can see most of the time the question is about total earnings and total and sales. So sales has been set 4 times in the last 10 years. Total earnings has been set 3 times in the last 10 years. And then percentage commission has only been set once. Maybe we can show that in slide number 3. so that the viewers can be able to see that breakdown. Okay, now, having talked about that, I wish also to talk about some of the formulas that are related to commission and percentage commission, and I will start with the first one, which is commission. So commission, this is in slide 4. Commission is equal to total earnings, then minus basic salary. Commission is equal to total earning minus basic salary. Then total earnings is equal to commission plus basic salary and then we have basic salary is equal to total earning minus basic salary is equal to total earnings minus commission. And then we have total sales is equal to value of goods. I'll be able to explain this. Value of goods plus minimum sales. All these formulas that I'm giving you are very, very important as far as commission and percentage commission is concerned. And then we also have minimum sales. Minimum sales is equal to total sales. Minimum sales is equal to total sales minus value of goods. Total sales, minimum sales equal to total sales minus value of goods. And then we have value of goods. Value of goods is equal to total sales, then plus minimum sales. Total value of goods equal to total sales plus minimum sales. And then we have again value of goods. So we have value of goods in terms of total sales and minimum sales, and also we have value of goods in terms of commission and the percentage commission. So value of goods in terms of commission and percentage commission is equal to commission divided by percentage commission, then times 100. I'm saying value of goods, we can get value of goods when given total sales together with the minimum sales. At the same time, we can find value of goods when we are given commission and the percentage commission. So the question will guide you on what to do. Finally, before that, we also have percentage commission. Percentage commission is equivalent to commission times percentage commission is commission, divided by value of goods, or sales. I'll be able to explain that. Value of goods, then times 100. Then lastly, we have commission. Commission is equal to percentage commission times the value of goods, So again, when you look at what I've written on the whiteboard, you can tell that we have two formulas for finding commission. We have this one, commission is equal to percentage commission times value of goods. So in this case, we can find commission when we are given percentage commission together with the value of goods. And then we have commission when we are given total earnings, then and the basic salary. So again, I say the question will guide you on what to do. Very fast, let me take you to the first example. So example 1, that is in slide 5. Example 1 in slide 5. I'll read the question. A salesman is paid 10% commission for any sales above 10,000 shillings. Find how much he was paid when he sold 500 newspaper at 40 shillings. A salesman is paid 10% commission for any sales above 10,000. Find how much he was paid when he sold 500 newspapers at 40 shillings. Now, the first thing that you need to do when you are solving this question is first to write or put down the information that you have been given. By doing so, you'll be able to know what you're supposed to find out, and then you find the answer. So the first thing that we're going to do is to break down the question. So the percentage commission according to the question is 10%. 10%. Now the 10% is for the sales above 10,000. One important thing that you need to understand about commission is that when you are given sales above a certain amount, that means that this person is not just going to get commission for any sales that he makes, but the sales must be above the limit in which he has been given. And so the first thing that you need to do is to find the amount of money in which he's supposed to get commission from. So that's the first question that you should be asking yourself. If he made sales, he sold 500 newspaper at 40 shillings. What was his total sales? So let us find the total sales. After finding the total sales, then we'll be able to work out the total amount of money in which he's supposed to get commission from, using the limit that he was given. So the 10,000 sales that he needs to sell above which he needs to sell in order to get the commission is going to be our minimum sale. So we write here minimum sale is equivalent to 10,000. That 10,000 shillings you are seeing there or in the question is the minimum sale in which he or she has to sell the items in order to get commission. So after getting the minimum sale, then we find the total sales. So how do we find the total sales? According to the formula, total sales, we can use the information we have been given. So he sold newspaper, 500 newspaper at 40 shillings. Now the word at means 1. So in order to get the total sales, we are going to take 500 and then we multiply by 40 shillings. This will give us 20,000 shillings. So the 20,000 shillings is going to be the total sales that he made. After that, then we find the value of goods, because we are asked find how much he was paid when he sold 500 newspapers. The reason why we are finding the value of goods in order to know or understand the amount of money in which he's supposed to get commission from. So value of goods according to the formula that I gave. Now in this case, we are going to find the value of goods using total sales and minimum sales, because we have not been given the value of goods. So you cannot find it. We have not been given commission and the percentage commission. So what we do, the value of goods using this formula, value of goods equal total sales, then minus minimum sale. This is the amount of money in which this person is supposed to get commission from. So that our total sales is 20,000. So you take 20,000, and then you subtract the minimum sale, which is 10,000. This will give us 10,000. So the 10,000 shillings is the amount of money in which is supposed to get commission from. And then after getting the value of goods, then we come here and say commission is equal to commission is equal to percentage commission times the value of goods So we need to find the commission that he got. So the percentage commission according to the question was 10%. So we take 10%, which is equivalent to 10 over 100, then times the value of goods, which is 10,000. So that one will give us 2 zeros with 2 zeros. So we have 1,000 shillings. So the 1,000 shillings was the commission that he got from all this. Then after that, After that, then we are told find how much he was paid when he sold 500 newspaper. So the amount of money that was paid was 1,000 shillings. Because in this case, this person was not getting any salary. So if he was not getting any salary, then the money that he's going to get is just the commission, which is 1,000. So that becomes the answer. Now, example 2 in slide, let's move to example 2 in slide 6. Example 2 in slide 6. Let's look at example 2 in slide 6. So it's important you understand question very well in order to get the right answer. So in example 2, this is a different question again. I'll read. This is in slide 6. Shaban is paid 10% commission on sales made. He's also paid a basic salary of 5,000. In the month of April, he sold goods worth 20,000 and earned a total of 6,500. Find the minimum sales above which is paid. Find the minimum sale above which you get commission. So the first thing that you're supposed to do, like I had indicated earlier, is that you make or you identify or you write the question, the information that you have been given. So percentage commission we have been given as 10%. That is the percentage commission. Then we have basic salary. The basic salary we have been given as 5,000. So now in this question, the person is being given basic salary and then also is given the commission. So we'll see what he gets. So the basic salary is 5,000, and then we have the total sales as we have been given as 20,000 shillings. 20,000 shillings. We also have total earnings. Total earning we have been given as 6,500. And then we also have commission. So we can find commission from this. Now that we have been given the basic salary and the total earning, we can get commission. And so commission is equal to, in terms of total earnings and the basic salary, so we have 20,000 shillings minus the 5,000, this is 6,500 shillings minus 6,500 shillings minus 5,000. So this one will give us 1,500 as the commission. So the commission that he got was 1,500. And then after that, we are supposed to find minimum sales. Normally, minimum sales, because that is what the question requires, minimum sales is equivalent to total sales minus value of goods. But do we have value of goods? No, we have not been given the value of goods. So therefore, we need to find the value of goods. Now, value of goods, this value of goods is what he needs to get commission from. So value of goods is equal to let me do it this side. Value of goods now, when you are given a percentage and the commission, is equal to commission over percentage commission times 100. So value of goods is equal to commission divided by percentage commission times 100. That is the formula. It's here. So we write the commission that he got was 1,500. So we have 1,500. Then divide by the percentage commission was 10%. Then times 100%. Okay. So this one will give us a total of 15,000. So the 15,000 is the value of goods in which he was to get commission from. And so to find the minimum sales, according to the formula that I wrote earlier, is equivalent to total sales minus the value of goods, Okay, so the total sales was 20,000. The total sale was 20,000. So we write 20,000. Then we subtract the value of goods, which is 15,000. When you subtract, you're supposed to get 1,500 as the minimum sales in which he got the commission from. 20,000 minus this should be 5,000. So the 5,000 is the minimum sales in which he's supposed to get commission from. Now example 3, that is on slide 7. Example 3 on slide 7. So the question I read: an agent earns a basic salary of 4,500. 4,500. In 1 month, he sold goods worth 8,000 and was paid a total salary of 4,900. What percentage commission did he get? So now this one requires to find the percentage commission. So what I want us to do first is to write the information, and then after that we'll be able to work it out. So this one is in slide 7. An agent earns a basic salary. So you write basic salary. He earns a basic salary of 4,500 shillings. And yet earn a basic salary of 4,500 shillings. In 1 month, he sold goods worth 8,000. So that goods worth 8,000 is going to be the total sales. So we write total sales is equal to, his total sales was 8,000 shillings. And then again we are told monthly sold goods worth 8,000 shillings and was paid a total salary of 4,900. So the total salary is 4,900. So that is the total earning. So his total earnings was 4,900 shillings. 4,900 shillings. Then for us now to get the percentage commission, we are supposed to find the commission first. So how do we find the commission? Commission is equal to, because we have total earning a basic salary, so it's very easy to find the commission. So commission here is equal to total earnings minus basic salary. So the total earnings, we are told that was 4,900. Then we subtract the 8,000, the basic salary, which is 4,500 shillings. 4,500 shillings. So that one will give us commission of 400 shillings. So our commission is 400 shillings. So now the question requires to find the percentage commission. How do we find percentage commission? The formula is there. Percentage commission is equal to commission. So percentage commission is equal to commission over the value of goods, then times 100 shillings. Times 100%. Now our commission is 400, but do we have the value of goods? Total earnings, basic salary. Yes, the value of goods, which can also be referred to as sales. Now allow me to explain the two. We have value of sales and value of goods. So value of goods, we use value of goods when we have been given the minimum sale. For example, you can be told goods sold above. But if you just say value of sales, that means that this person was given commission on all the sales that he made. So we come here and say commission, which is 400 shillings. We divided the value of goods. Now in this case, because there is no minimum sale, we are going to use the total sales, so the value of sales, which was 8,000 shillings. 8,000 shillings. Then we multiply by 100. So 2 zeros, then we have 40 divided by 8, which is 5%, which is 5%. So the percentage commission, according to this question, is going to be 5%. Very fast, number 4, example 4. This is in slide 8. Example 4 in slide 8. Okay, so a salesperson was given a 4% commission. A salesperson was given 4% commission. Let me just erase this. A salesperson was given 4% commission. A salesperson was given 4% commission. After selling goods worth, example 4 in slide 8, a salesperson was given 4% commission after selling goods worth 90,000 for the owner. How much money did the owner get? Now, in this case, we have two people. We have the salesperson who is selling goods on behalf of the owner. So the first question that we should be asking ourselves is that how much in terms of percentage will the owner get? Again, how much in terms of percentage will the salesperson get? So normally percentage is always 100. So what we need to do is that we need to find the percentage that the owner got, and then after that, of course, the total amount of goods is equivalent to 1%. So I will advise you to have a table kind of, whereby you write the salesperson, and then we have the owner, and then the goods. The goods is what was to be sold. Now we need to get the percentage for each. We are told that the salesperson was given 4% commission. So the commission for the salesperson is 4%. Now, if the salesperson gets 4%, that means that the owner will get 96%. How do you get that 96? Before this amount was shared, the percentage was 100%. But after it has been shared, of which the salesperson got 4%, then it means that the owner is going to get 96%. So in terms of percentage, the salesperson will get 4%, and then the owner will remain with 96%. Then the other information that we are being told that the goods, the good was worth 90,000. So that 90,000 is going to be the total amount of good before it was shared. So under the goods column, we write the 90,000 shillings. Then after that, what is the question? How much money did the owner get? So the owner, in terms of percentage, he got 96%. So this one, now that we have the total amount of goods was, in terms of the amount and also in terms of the percentage, then there's something we always call in mathematics the reference point. So this becomes your reference point. So we come here and say if 100% is equivalent to 90,000 shillings. What about 96? Because that is what the question requires to find. How much money did the owner get? In terms of percentage, the owner got 96. So you come here and ask yourself, what will 96 represent now in terms of the amount? So this cross multiplication. So we multiply 96% times 90,000, then we divide by 100. So when you divide that, you're supposed to get 86,400. So the 86,400 is going to be the total amount of money that the owner is going to get. So the most important thing in this question is you're supposed to ask yourself, if somebody is selling something on behalf of another person, in terms of percentage, what will each and every person get? So after that now, you'll be able to get the reference point. Then after you have gotten the reference point, it is very easy for you to work out after putting that on the whiteboard. Now, I've so far done for you 4 examples. So I want to take you through some of the KCP questions, and I will start with KCP 2019. KCP 2019. Then, if time will allow me, I'll also do 2016. So, in KCP 2019, this is in slide 9. This is slide 9. KCP 2019, number 38. There's a question that was just set last year, and now you can see how important this topic is. And so we come, and I'll read the question. A salesman earns a basic salary of 40,000. He's also paid a commission of 3% of the value of goods he sells above 100,000. In 1 month, he sold 20,000 items at 20 shillings each. What was his total earnings that month? What was his total earnings that month? So the first thing that I want us to do is to write the information on the chalkboard, on the whiteboard. So we have basic salary. Was given basic salary of 40,000 shillings, and then 40,000 shillings is also paid a commission of 3%. So the percentage commission is 3%. We also have minimum sales because we are told that he was given commission above sales of goods. The value of goods he sells above 100,000. So that 100,000 is the minimum sale in which he's supposed to get commission from. So the minimum sale is 100,000 shillings. 100,000 shillings. And then sales, the total sales that he made that month, we were told that in 1 month he sold 20,000 items at 20 shillings. So to get now the total sales, we're supposed to take 20,000, then we multiply by 20. So that one will give us 400,000. So the 400,000 is going to be the total sales. So now from here we can be able to find total earnings. So total earnings is equivalent to basic salary plus commission. Basic salary plus commission. And then we also need to find the value of goods. So the value of goods is equal to total sales minus minimum sales. Total minus minimum sales. And then we have value of goods. So we were told that the total sales was 400,000. So 400,000 minus the minimum sale, which is 100,000. So this one will give us a total of 300,000. So the 300,000 is the value of goods in which is supposed to get commission. Then we now find the commission. So commission is equal to percentage commission times the value of commission. Commission is equal to percentage commission. Commission is equal to percentage commission times the value of goods. Commission is equal to percentage commission times the value of goods. So the commission was 3%, which is 3 over 100, then times the value of goods, which was 300,000. So when you work out that, you get 9,000. So the 9,000 that you get is the commission. Now the question requires to find the total earning. What was his total earnings? That month? So total earning is equal to basic salary then plus commission. So the basic salary is 40,000 and then plus 9,000. So his total earning is going to be 49,000 shillings. 49,000 shillings. So that is his total earnings. I want to take you through the last question. Which is a question on sales. That is on 20 question. This question was set in 2016. So total sales, I read the question. A sales agent is paid a basic salary of 12,000 and a commission of 3% for goods sold above 50,000. In a certain month, his total earnings were 15,000. What was the value of total sales? So to work out that question, I want us to write the information first on the whiteboard. Then we can be able to know what to do. So this is 2016 about total sales. A sales agent is paid the basic salary of 12,000. So basic salary is 12,000 shillings. 12,000 shillings. And then the percentage commission, according to the question, the percentage commission, this is slide 10. The percentage commission is 3%. 3%. And then the minimum sales in which is supposed to get commission from, the minimum sale is 50,000. 50,000. And then now we can work it out. Of course, we have been given total earnings as 15,000 shillings. 15,000 shillings. So we are supposed to work out and find what was the value of sales. So the first thing that I want us to do is to find commission. So commission is equal to, let's find commission. Commission is equal to total earnings minus basic salary. Total earnings minus basic salary. So the total earning, according to this question, we were given as 15,000. Then minus basic salary, which was 12,000. So when you subtract that, you're supposed to get 3,000 shillings. And then after getting the commission, then we find the value of goods. So we find the value of goods. How do we find the value of goods? Value of goods is equal to commission over percentage commission. Value of goods is equal to, so we find the value of goods. Value of goods is equal to commission over percentage commission, then times 100. So we have been given, already we have gotten the commission as 3,000 shillings. So times 100. And then the percentage commission we have been given as 3%. So the percentage with percentage, 3 here, 1,000. So that will give us a total of 100,000. So the 100,000 shillings is going to be the value of goods. So the value of goods is 100,000. So now to get the sales, because the question requires to find what was the value of total sales. So the value of total sales is just like total sales. So total sales is equal to value of goods plus the minimum sales. So the value of goods already we have gotten 100,000. So the 100,000 we add to the minimum sale. So the minimum sales was 50,000 shillings. So when you add that, you get 150,000 shillings as the total sales. So basically, these formulas that I wrote here are very key as far as handling problems involving commission and percentage commission is concerned. So it is very important. The most important thing is to be able to master all these formulas, because not all the questions are the same. Each question is different from the other one. And therefore, you're supposed to use the correct formula. If you use the correct formula, then you will not have any problem in solving those questions. Okay. Last, that is 20 question, KCP question. This was asking about percentage commission. So we look at question number 17. That is on. It was set on in 2012. This is in slide 11. Slide 11. Company gives commission on sales above 100,000. So let me erase this part. A company gives a commission on sales above 100,000. In a certain month, a sales girl received a commission of 36,000 after selling goods worth 800,000. What was the percentage commission offered? Okay, so what we need to do first is to interpret the question and write the information that we have. So it was given commission above sales above 100,000. So the minimum sale, that above 100,000 is going to be the minimum sale. The minimum sales is 100,000. The minimum sales is 100,000. That is the amount of money in which is supposed to get commission from. So it is very important to write that and also to note it. Then we have the commission. So commission, it was given as 36,000. So we have the commission. We have the commission as 36,000 shillings. So the commission is 36,000 shillings. And then the total sales that he made in that month was 800,000 shillings. So the total sales is 800,000 Kenyan shillings. And then, so those are the three information that we have been given. So now we are asked to find the percentage commission. Now, first and foremost, we're supposed to get commission because percentage commission, we know that is equal to commission over the value of goods times 100. So we get the commission. Now the commission, of course, we have been given as 36. So let's find the value of goods. We can find the value of goods because we have been given minimum sales together with the total sales. So the value of goods, this is the amount of money in which is supposed to get commission from. So the value of goods is equal to the total sales minus the commission. The total sales minus the commission. Value of goods is equal to total sales, total sales minus minimum sales. Total sales minus minimum sales. Total sales minus minimum sales. So the total sales that he made in that month was 800,000. So we have 800,000 minus the minimum sales. This is the amount of money in which he has to sell in order to get the commission. So minus 100,000. So this one will give us, if we subtract, we'll get 700,000 shillings. 700,000 shillings. So the 700,000 shillings is going to be the value of goods in which he's supposed to get commission from. And so we are asked to find the total, the percentage commission. So percentage commission is equivalent to or is equal to commission over the value of goods, then times 100. Percentage commission is equal to commission over value of goods times 100. And so we come here and write commission according to the question. We are given commission as 36,000. So we write 36,000 then we divide by the value of goods, which is 700,000. Now, many times learners confuse the value of goods and sales. So it is important for us to know that when we are given the minimum sales together with the total sales, it is important that we find the value of goods in which that given person is supposed to get commission from. You cannot divide that with the total sales, because this person was not just given commission on all the total sales. He was given commission above a certain amount, and that is why we are supposed to subtract. So when we subtract, we get the value of goods in which he's supposed to get commission from. And that is why instead of dividing by 800,000, we divide by 700,000, which is the value of goods in which he's supposed to get commission from. So we take 36,000, divide by 700,000, then times 100. So when you do that, when you can cancel the zeros, so you'll have 36 divided by 7. So 36 divided by 7, you'll get 5 and 1 over 7%. 5 and 1 over 7%. That is how basically that question was supposed to be worked out, so as to get 5 and 1 over 7 as the percentage commission. So if you look at the breakdown, I told you that many times the questions are from total sales. The last 10 years, the questions have been surrounding total sales together with the total earnings. So in the same last 10 years, only one question was set about percentage commission, which is in number 17, 2012. Number 17, 2012. Okay, so I've given you examples on how to work out questions that are asking about total earnings. I've also given you examples on how to work out questions concerning total sales. I've also given you, shown you how to work out questions about percentage commission and commission. Maybe I'll do another question here so that you can be able to follow through. This is KCP 2017. KCP 2017. KCP 2017. So I'll read the question. Natasha is paid, this is about total earnings. Natasha is paid the basic salary of 12,000 in a month as sales agent. She's also paid 5% commission on goods sold above 20,000. In a certain month, she sold goods worth 120,000. How much money did she earn in total that month? How much money did he earn in total that month? So again, this question is asking about total earnings. So it's important we interpret the question and write the information first. So the basic salary is 12,000. This is KCP 2017. The basic salary is 12,000. So basic salary is 12,000 shillings. 12,000 shillings. And then percentage commission is 5%. Percentage commission is 5%. Is 5%. Then we have minimum sales, in which is supposed to get commission from as 20,000. So the minimum sales is 20,000 shillings. 20,000 shillings. And then we have the total sales. We have also been given the total sales. The total sales as 120 Kenya shillings. So we have total sales. We have minimum sale percent commission together with the basic salary. So we are asked to find the total earning. Total earnings. So total earnings. How do we get the total earnings? Total earnings is always basic salary plus the commission. So that means that first and foremost we're supposed to find commission. How do we find commission? We can find commission using the formula. We are finding commission because we have the percentage commission together with the value of goods. So we'll get commission. Now commission is equal to percentage commission times the value of goods. Percentage commission times the value of goods. The value of goods. Now how do we find the value of goods? Or of course we have the value of goods. We have the sales, the total sales and the minimum sales. So it's very simple for us to get the value of goods. So value of goods, the value of goods is equivalent to, the value of goods is equivalent to, the value of goods is equivalent to sales minus minimum sales, sales minus minimum sales, sales minus minimum sales, which is equivalent to our total sales according to this question was 120,000. So 120,000 then minus the minimum sale, which is 20,000. Minimum sale, which is 20,000. So when we subtract that, we're supposed to get 100,000. So the 100,000 is going to be the value of goods in which is supposed to get commission from. Then after that, now having value of goods as 100,000, it's very easy for us to find the commission. How do you get the commission? The formula is already there. So commission is equal to percentage commission times the value of goods. So we come here and write commission is equal to percentage commission times the value of goods, percentage commission times the value of goods. Okay, so the percentage commission were given as 5%. So the 5%, so is equivalent to 5 over 100 when changing to fraction. Then times the value of goods, which is 100,000. 100,000. So when we simplify this, or when we work it out, we're supposed to get 5,000 as the commission. Now, after getting the commission, now it is very easy for us to get the total earnings, because the question is asking us to find how much money did she earn in total. How much money did she earn in total? So we write total earnings. Total earnings is equivalent to basic salary plus the commission. Basic salary plus the commission. Basic salary plus the commission. So you come back and add that basic salary. We have been given basic salary as 12,000. So basic salary is 12,000. So we take 12,000. Basic salary is 12,000. So total earning is equal to basic salary, which is 12,000. Then we add the commission, which is 5,000. So when we add the two, we get 17,000 shillings. So the 17,000 shillings is going to be the total amount of money that this person got in that given month. So I think now I have been able to handle various areas as far as commission is concerned, and I will leave some very few questions for you so that you can be able to work them out and see whether you can have the answers. And then after that, you can send the answers through the WhatsApp number, or you can share the same through WhatsApp number. The numbers are always scrolling on the screen. So once you have done the question, you can share. But if in any case you face any difficulty, then you can also share the same so that we can be able to work it out and then share the same with you. For now, we leave you with that until next time. Make sure that you practice. You practice because mathematics involves practice. You don't just listen. Like now I know most of you are listening to me. So you don't just listen, but you need to work out. You should be having a pen and trying to work out and see whether you are going to get the answer. So I want to wish you the best, and thank you all for listening. Until next week, I beg to stop from there. May God bless you all. Thank you.